about fear of contradiction. There are very many times, myself, let me talk about myself as Kuria Kimani. I have voted against a government decision, even when I was a member of that ruling party. And point in question was the fuel levy, I think, was on 2018. Despite I was being whipped to vote in a particular way, I felt that VAT was not worth it and it shouldn't have been passed. I was among the people that disapproved, and that time I was serving as a member of the Finance and National Planning Committee. I was one of the people that was strongly opposed to the approval of Ben Chumo as the chairperson of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. So when I hear the Honorable MP here saying that we are taking government side, I have been on the record on calling out on the wrong when it has happened. However, the irony gets when we try to portray other people negatively, like the Honorable Member is trying to do here, when they on their side. If you remember, Sam, just before elections, the Honorable Raila Odinga nominated his cabinet. And who are his cabinet nominee? Munya, CS, was supposed to be in charge of agriculture or whatever else that was, I think, not even non-existent. Oparanya, Ngilu, Joho. So really, the people that Raila Odinga himself would have nominated into his cabinet were people that he would trust would execute his manifesto, the mandate, as per what he wants. Now, the truth also is that these will be the president's men and women. They need to understand the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. These cabinet secretaries will not be implementing Azimio manifesto. They will be implementing the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. And therefore, they must understand what you mean by a creation of a hustlers fund. When we talk about that affordable housing project, they need to understand, they need to be articulate. They are the ones, most of them, that went with us across the country and had the needs of our people. They are the ones that made the promises that if we form government, we will help those sort of problems. And therefore, the expectation is we want to see them on the implementation side. So, with all due respect, you don't expect somebody who doesn't know where Kasarani is in Molo, or doesn't know where those Nizam, and somebody, for example, has again I said that has an ongoing court case, and this has been proved by the case that you pointed in question, the case of Ben Chumo, does not necessarily mean that these people are guilty. Then, in any case, Parliament has also a chance to impeach these people if they do not raise to the occasion, as Honorable said, or does not perform their duties accordingly. And therefore, without condemning them and hard, let us give them a chance to work. And when if they do not serve us accordingly, if they come as being corrupt, let me tell you, the chairperson of Public Accounts Committee, which is really the strong oversight committee that oversees the executive, is headed by the opposition, and the majority of membership of this committee is the opposition. So they are going to bring those reports in the Parliament, and people are going to have a chance to interrogate them.
5 years later, actually.
Those things you're saying, fine, they're okay. But I'm just wondering, why go through that trouble while you have an opportunity that you can deal with the question decisively? And I'm not saying that you should not approve them. I'm just asking.
Yes.
Just hold on. I'm just asking because you've made a case that maybe some of these charges will not be proven ultimately. But is it time then, today, or even as you go to consider these names, that you depart from the precedents that you're named in a matter, you step aside, so that stops until you're proven guilty?
I would say this.
In cabinet?
I would say this. Part of our standing orders and within the rights of this appointments committee is to do a dissenting report. And it is again within the mandates of Parliament and within our standing orders to actually table that dissenting report. And this report will remain in the Hansard, will remain in the records of Parliament. The issues that when we were interrogating these people and had a chance to, for example, ask, is it true that you did not clear your Form 4? Is it true that you do not have a degree certificate? All those issues come to public domain. And let me tell you, Sam, it's not a comfortable discussion to have if you have, something that is glaring in your past that comes up in the open. It is also a good show for us Kenyans to know that whatever you do in the past will come to haunt you in the future. So you better have a good explanation to it, and it could also jinx your chances of appointment to respective positions that you would want to be appointed to. So it's about openness, it's about accountability, it's about making sure that you actually get to know, if you're a public officer, whether you're serving in the legislative arm of government or the executive arm of government, that the decisions that you make will come to haunt you in future. So the discussion that we're having here, I think, is very good towards our democracy and towards getting competent people to serve in our respective government offices.
All right. Well, still didn't get